Time is 4:30 p.m. The Pelican Rapids City Council meeting of 29 April 2025 is called to order. I ask those in our council chambers to please sign in on the clipboard by the back door before you leave this evening, and also everyone keep your phones on vibrate. Roll call of members. Danielle?
Councilmember Steve Smith.
Here.
Here.
Councilmember John Aaron.
Here.
And Mayor Prcc.
Here. I want to welcome each and every one of you here in our council chambers this afternoon, also those joining us by Zoom. Remember, our city council meetings are on the Pelican Rapids YouTube channel, as well as being seen on Channel 14 on Wednesday evenings. Just a few announcements for the next couple of weeks. This Thursday, May 1st, from 12 to 12:30 is our first public Complete Streets Project meeting at the library. Like I say, 12 to 12:30 at the library this Thursday. Tuesday, May 13th, half our property taxes are due, which is good news for everybody. And also our next city council meeting is Tuesday, May 13th at 4:30 p.m. here at the council chambers. Any other announcements? Any other announcements? Hearing none, if we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item number 2 is citizens' comments. Anyone here in the council chambers would like to speak for citizens' comments? Seeing no one, we'll move on to item number 3, additions, deletions to the agenda. Get your pens handy. We're going to delete one. We're going to delete item number 6, Pelican Valley Health Center easement request. Delete item 6. Okay, the additions for agenda item number 10, put another bullet point of land appraisal. Agenda item number 10, another bullet point entitled land appraisal. And add item number 18, southwest lot discussion. That's LOT, southwest lot discussion. That's number 18. Number 19 is Otter Express Joint Powers Board. 19 is Otter Express Joint Powers Board. And item number 20 is statute change. Item 20 is statute change. Any other additions or deletions?
I move to approve adding land appraisal as a bullet point under 10, adding southwest lot under 18, 19, Otter Express, 20, statute.
Motion second, discussion? 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 Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same, motion carried. Item number 4, approval of consent agenda, which I'll read. Item number 4A is approval of council minutes from April 8th, 2025. 4B is park board minutes, March 10th, 2025. 4C is approval of accounts payable listing. Item 4D1, 4D is approval of gaming permits for the Chamber of Commerce. The first one is July 12th, 2025 Pelican Fest, and 4D2 is October 11th, 2025 Oktoberfest. Item 4E are the staff reports, which are 4E1 utility report from March, which is in our packet. 4E2 is liquor store report, which is in our packet. And 4E3 is financial report, which is in the packet. Is there a motion to approve? Second? Motion second. Discussion? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carried. Okay, let's go down to item number 10. EDA updates from Jordan Grossman, Economic Development Director here in Pelican Rapids. She could not be here this evening because of her busy schedule, but she's joining us by Zoom. And there's 5 bullet points there. First one, SCDP Documents Review Business Incentive Application, Business Facade Improvement Program Application, CDA Grant Application, and also the land appraisal. So Jordan, do you want to talk to those at this time?
Sure. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. It looks like the first thing you have on the screen here is a small city development program income reuse plan. And these have already been approved by you in previous meetings. They're just to put them back in again for the public to see if they wish to view these items. So this has already been approved, we've already looked at it, but the county wanted everything to be put back in front of the council for one more meeting. Do you have any questions?
I see no questions here.
Okay. We'll move to the next one. Thank you. This is a incentive application. I didn't put anything in your packet because these applications include some information that's relatively confidential for businesses in town that we asked for before we approve business incentives. But we have late retirement services applying for the City of Pelican Rapids tax rebate program, which is essentially year 1, they get 70% of their city tax rebated. Year 2, 50%, and year 3, 30%. They've recently purchased the white building on the corner of the north roundabout. I believe that it was an American Family Insurance building at one point in time. This is a recommendation from the EDA Council for you to approve. So I think what I'll do next is go through the next bullet point item and get an approval from you all at one time at the end, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. So after that, we are going to jump to the improvement program grant applications. Same thing, we have 3 applications. One is from the rental shed, which is the previous old school boutique building. Essentially what they get is a match up to $5,000 grant from the EDA and a reimbursement rate after work has been completed to the exterior of the building. So we have one request from the rental shed. We have an additional request from the Dewdrop Inn, which is the current leaseholder of the old Family Dollar building, who, if you drive by, will see is doing a ton of work to that building to get it up and running. And then Chris Lage, again, Lage Retirement Services has applied for a grant program as well. So it's a total of 3 grant program applications that the EDA is recommending you approve this evening. We already got the funds in our budget. Do you have any questions on that? I don't need to run it again.
Hear no questions.
Okay. Next, there's going to be a resolution in front of you for the community growth partnership program from Ottawa County. We've used this program in the past to help fund the demolition of one building in town, which resulted in a parking lot. The city's really just a pass-through for this grant program. There are no city dollars attached. So what it is the county with no match up to $10,000 for a private commercial rehab program, which would be the Dewdrop Inn, that family dollar building. They would be putting up their own capital, and the county would match it up to $10,000. So the resolution is for me to go ahead and apply for that on behalf of that private business owner. Any questions on that one?
Any questions, Council? Hearing none.
Okay. Lastly, we have appraisal, a request to move forward with an appraisal from AAC Appraisals. I've talked to the planning commission as well as the EDA about selling a portion of the city-owned land on the northwest side of town. There's roughly 75 acres. We would keep some of it for future development plans. And right now, I'm just asking to be able to move forward and get an appraisal done. The cost is $600 to see what the land value is at. And then I'll come back to you with further requests after that appraisal. Do you have any questions on that?
Any questions from the council?
Would you be having the entire 75 acres appraised at this time, or just portions for the $600?
It's near the whole 75 acres. There's just a portion, and I don't know the acreage that we're going to keep on the top of my head, but it's minimal. So I would say it's 70 acres roughly. It's the majority of that land that we would be getting appraised.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions, council? No other questions, Jordan?
All right, so just looking for a motion to accept and adopt all of the EDA updates this evening.
Updates of the evening.
I'll second.
A motion, a second, discussion? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same, motion carried. Anything else, Jordan?
That's it.
Okay, thank you, have a good evening. Okay, let's go up, then we'll bounce back up to item number 7, Planning Commission recommendation for variance. Lance, were you speaking to this?
Unless, Mike, you want to kick us off and just tell us what this was all through the planning commission last night, and they have a recommendation to approve, but
Yeah, so basically I'm asking the city council to approve, to award me with a variance to build a little bit closer to the street. It's currently in city code.
remember these 2 lots that we had on Ridgecrest? Mike's got or we'll buy them as long as we can get through and get lots buildable. When we went through the whole wetland thing, there's wetland there, we'd have to minimize the impact as much as we can, and part of that is to move this building 10 feet forward, so instead of that 30-foot setback, there'd be a 20-foot setback from that property line. It'll really help to minimize the impact of the wetlands, so that's why we're going through this variance process. So, where it's at.
Any questions from the council? Or do I hear a motion?
20 feet from the property line, so it'd still be 35 from the curb.
If the council has no questions, looking for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Motion second, discussion.
It's not ideal, over grove. This is okay.
Any more discussion? Discussion, hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Item number 8 is Wetland Conservation Act Notice of Decision, and that was in the packet. Don't run away yet.
A couple little things here on the conditions I want to make sure that you're here for. Okay, so this is the application for to fill in some of the wetlands there in these same lots that we're talking about on Ridgecrest. So Mike has done a lot of work to get this done. The technical evaluation panel, which is myself and Steve from Bowser and Jonah from the Soil and Water Conservation District, have met several times getting through this. Number one is to try and avoid the wetlands at all costs. We got over that. Now it's to minimize the impact as much as possible, and that's where we worked with Mike to move the building site and do everything we can, find all the options we can to minimize that impact. So the TEP is recommending that we approve with these conditions. So this Lot 8, which is to the west there, would be designated as an outlot or an undevelopable lot, and then the drainage of all stormwater be reviewed and approved by the city engineer. So Bob and Brian and I went out there one day and just looked at it. So now there is no public storm drain going into this wetland at all. So the city engineer just advised us to basically sell it as an outlot. The city wouldn't own it or anything since there's no public waters going in there, and it's kind of up to Mike as he develops this property to make sure that the drainage goes to that where it needs to go, the culvert and everything that goes across the road, and work with the neighbors and make sure you're not causing any water issues with anyone else. So. We don't have any stormwater outlets going in there. We don't have any plan or any reason to. Does that sound reasonable? We did look at the front yard of that east house as well. There might need to be a little bit of, looks a little lower. I'm sure you see that. Just making sure that all the water can drain where it needs to drain and it's not pooling or whatever. Okay, so the TEP is recommending approval on these conditions, so if we can get a motion to approve the decision here.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion second. Discussion? 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 Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. And then also, number 9 is Resolution 2025-12, Wetland Conservation Act, which is in the packet.
Okay, now with all that Wetland Conservation Act talk, so through the years, the city has always been in charge of the wetlands in town. Now, the whole time that Don was here, I don't know that he ever had an issue dealing with this at all. But now, since I started, there's been a couple, so I've learned a lot, and it's been good. But now, the county is actually offered to take over that responsibility. They have the people who work with these wetlands every day. They're very knowledgeable, and it seems the only thing we give up is a little bit of input, I suppose, on this. But when I'm in these meetings with the TEP people, I mean, they're certainly directing where it goes, and their job is to enforce this Wetland Conservation Act, and that's our job as well. But they just are very knowledgeable about it. I mean, I learned a lot, but I'll probably deal with it maybe once a year. So what I do learn now, in a year from now, I probably have to relearn. So it kind of makes sense to let the county take it over, and because they deal with it every day. It would take one thing off of our plate. And like I said, it's not very often that we deal with wetland stuff in the city, but when it does, it would be I think it would be just fine to let the people who deal with it have jurisdiction in the city as well. So that's what this is about.
So you would like a motion to approve Resolution 2025-12?
So moved.
Second? Motion second. Discussion? 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 Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you. Let's go to item number 11, pool/park personnel. Superintendent Brian Olson is with us this evening. Brian?
Yes, just another reminder, and I'll remind you again next month, but we are hydrant flushing May 18th from 7 a.m. to 3. Seems to be want to make sure everybody's aware, so. But yes, so I do have a couple more that I would like to hire for the pool. Their class, so far out of the ones I've hired, we've lost 2, and maybe more. I talked to the lady in Fergus today, and 14 of them have signed up, so not the 18, but 2 of the ones that I'd like to hire tonight are already signed up, which is a good thing. So, so again, at the pool, I'd like to hire Bria Peterson, Miguel Torres, Addison Kazmarsky, and Easton Munich. And the 2 last ones have already signed up for lifeguarding class, which starts this weekend, is their kind of their pre-test. So
you have 4 names there.
I have 4 names. Yep, they'll be at the $17 an hour.
Repeat those again, Brian.
Yep, Bria Peterson, Miguel Torres, Addison Kazmarsky, Easton Munich.
Council?
I move to hire those
Second?
I'll second.
Motion second, discussion, Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Same. Motion carried.
Perfect, thank you. And then parks, I have my summer help lined up. I have 2 returning and 1 new one. Returning are Brody Setter and Ian Fay, and the new one is Urban Villa Gomez that will be summer parks help. They're both at, well, the Ian Fay will be at $20.60 an hour, and the other 2 will both be at $17 that we've discussed.
You're also looking for a motion to approve
Yes,
those?
yes, please.
Motion second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried.
Excellent, and then I just want to let you know, in the park, Peterson Park, you may have noticed one of the farmer's market sheds that got moved up there in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be on the other side of the barbecue pit, so we're going to have to figure out how that can be moved, and that's through Peteyville that kind of asked if they could put that up there, and can be used for other events during the summer also, but and then the other one got moved down by Hillbilly Laser, which I'm not sure that that's in the right spot either, but again, that was for the farmer's market for their benefit and storage. So if you see them, that's where they came from. Yep, thank you.
Let's go all the way down to item number 20, statute changes. We have Police Chief Quaintance with us here this evening, and there was 3 pages on your desk as you arrived this afternoon, which dealing with those ordinance changes. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just bringing this to you tonight. There's kind of a timeline that we need to get this into place. I begin an audit regarding some of our access to FBI records and BCA records, and I know this is going to come up in the audit, that we need to have this ordinance language in place. So it was caught that it's not in place, so there's the 3 paragraphs that are going to be added, the 202.06, or rather that I'm asking that you're going to add 202.06. It's just basically a general discussion about what criminal history information is. 202.07, it authorizes the Pelican Rapids Police Department to conduct background investigations, criminal history background investigations for the city. And 202.08, it authorizes us or designates us to do them for licensing purposes. Like I say, this is just to bring the additions or the changes to your attention. We'll post it, and you'll see it before you again at the next council.
Okay. So there's just there's just 2 readings then,
Correct.
tonight and then approval
Yep.
next meeting. Okay.
And the language that, this is something that went into place back in 2013, that if we are doing these things for the city, that we need to have them in place. So we just need to get them in our language, because we are doing the crim histories for liquor licenses and for certain hires, so.
Okay.
And these are virtually boilerplate language as put out by the League of Minnesota Cities, so.
Council have any questions at this point? I know this is all new information, but we'll be looking at it again next meeting.
Sorry about that, I just caught it yesterday, so.
Thank you. Do you want to stick around a minute?
Yep, I'm gonna be here.
Let's go to item number 12, downtown camera discussion. Lance, do you want to talk about that?
Yes, so the subscription for these cameras is up, so I wanted to kind of bring it to council to see if you wanted to continue or not. So we set up these cameras last year, mostly to watch construction and things. Right now, the viewership on a daily basis is anywhere from 5 to 30 people or viewers a day. We have one facing each direction. It would be about, if we update it for the year, it'll be about $800 for the year to keep these going. So I just wanted to get direction as to whether you want to keep the cameras going or discontinue.
Council have any preference?
Would this be a benefit if something happened downtown? If somebody did something left?
Right now, as this base subscription, I don't think there's no recording or anything, so we can't really go back.
Oh,
If you up the subscription, then you can have like.
we have no history on this then. Okay. Chief, did you want to?
Other than, I mean, there's the time-lapse thing, but that doesn't, time lapses every day, so through construction, it was pretty neat to watch a day where they could, how much they've done and things like that, but other than that.
So that's just the date.
That there's limited value just from having many communities that have cameras, and there's been countless of them, but most often that had to go back and try and get a license plate. Unless the vehicle is parked there, move the vehicle, at the rate these things are captured, I very rarely have ever gotten data on a vehicle.
Can you get facial recognition off these or not?
It would be limited, I mean, if it was happening right below Blue Haven's
Yeah, okay.
camera, or right below their sign, that would probably be a pretty much quality. If you start getting down the street at all, you could always try to put some stuff off for facial recognition, but more than likely, even down to how they are used to digitize evidence.
Would any evidence like this have any value in court?
It can, but I'll be honest, we had one on $1 bill, we had this one on BMW last year, and we knew that it was the people involved in the situation, from the quality of this, even that distance, the front door of the BMW to the front of the window was far enough that you couldn't be 100% certain and say that's what it was. And the quality was low enough that we could see there was an interaction happening, but we couldn't see the extent, we couldn't see the aggressor. If there's value, what is the value to us?
I think the only value would be is if somebody wanted to watch a parade, and that's about it.
I love cameras, I just think they're so cool. You know, I look at weather out west, you can see the weather man. I think it's really cool. I thought maybe Chief, you would use that too, when you're in patrol at night. Is that car really going that way?
Potentially, to be honest, spurred by officers to be, I encourage them, I should say, to have their laptops closed on their control, because it's just another form of distraction. So the encouragement is to close it when you need it, open it up and punch it up there and use it. There's value, absolutely. As well, that there's plenty of people that have to see stuff out there.
I'd like one on the Pelican also.
But everything comes with a price tag. So you're looking for a motion to either approve or to get rid of it, right?
Yeah, if I renew tomorrow, we get a 10% discount. That keeps it under that $800 that we spent a little over $800 to do it last year, and it'll be a little less if we continue. Since there is no construction right downtown, I just wanted to see if
Sure. Yeah, yeah, timing is good.
Well, we could just go monthly here, but then you don't, then...
The 800 would cover you for what, 12 months?
Who do we pay this to?
It's this IP cam live.
It could be pretty comical to watch. All the snow removal. With the roundabouts.
There were people that watched the horse parade on, well, I was one of them that went home because I was too cold and I watched it on the...
Oh, my goodness. What's the council's wishes?
I move to buy one more year.
Motion second, discussion, discussion, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same? Aye. Motion carried. Okay, let's go all the way up to item number 5, Friendship Festival Fund Request. We have Mr. Paul Johnson here.
Oh, he's here.
He snuck in.
I'm sorry to...
No, that's fine. We had plenty of stuff to talk about, so.
I just left a meeting with Jim Fletcher up at the Air Museum. We're hopefully doing a mural, a veterans mural together for the Air Museum up there. So we were meeting with people up there. So I hightailed it down here. And anyway.
I saw you coming in on the cameras.
I know. What's going on? I'm glad I came on the second roundabout.
Chief, how fast was he going?
Personally, I love the roundabouts. What's always fun, though, is to find out the people that don't. And, you know, it's just, it'll take some time. But anyway, last time I was here, whenever that was, I am privileged to be a part of the Friendship Festival.
I thought you meant the last time was like 3 weeks ago when you were attending.
Is that 3 weeks ago already?
Yeah.
Boy, time flies when you're kind of retired. And anyway, they asked me as I got on that, and I'm the newbie on the committee, on the multicultural committee, and they said, hey, you need to go and present. And I'm going, I don't know what to present. Well, just go. So I did, and afterwards, Mayor, you told me, come to another one and request some funds. So what I had said before, now that I am a member and have grown up in this community and come back to this community and it's retiring to this community, and have spent my career in branding and advertising, it really comes down to this for small town community or small towns. They have to promote what they are different, promote the things that they do different, and promote it to the nth degree. It's really that simple. And what Pelican does is our Friendship Festival, that's different from any other community around here. And the diversity, and I'm just saying I would like to request $2,500 to be put, or whatever you are able to do, but that was the amount that we could put towards promotion, and primarily promotion and any other needs, but primarily promotion, to really draw people in from the other communities, because this is what we do differently. in this community. It isn't turkey barbecues. It isn't art in the park. It isn't old cars. It isn't any of those. They're all fine. But every other little community up and down the valley does the same darn thing. We do that one thing that is different. And it used to be 2 days. It's barely an afternoon now, which is pathetic. We need to really get this back to a 2-day event, and I'm talking parades and all kinds of things, back to what it was 2 years ago, or several years ago. I mean, it's almost died off. And so you got it up on your banner there. Small town warmth, diverse delight. We got to do that. And if we don't, we got to take that off that and just put up Pelican, Pete, or whatever. I mean, we got to really go after this. And I would suggest that you, and you guys could tell me this, this should be an annual thing. We need to get you folks involved in this thing big time so that this becomes a huge draw from other communities. Because we're the only one that does this. Nobody else does this. So that's me.
Okay.
And do you have any questions for me?
Any questions for Paul?
What's the date? The date? You want today's date, Steve, or do you want, oh, no, I see. It is July 14th.
July
14th. Oh, excuse me, June 14th.
June.
Duh, June 14th. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm a little flustered here, so I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. So anyway, June 14th. And I have a family reunion June 7th, and you're welcome to all come to Holly if you want to a family reunion.
What are you serving?
Just about everything. It's a potluck deal, so come on over. It's not the Johnson side, so whatever.
Council have any questions for Paul?
Any questions at all what we're doing?
I'd ask Danielle, where would the money come from?
Well, I just want to take this time to remind council that cities cannot donate public funds.
Cities, the what can?
Cities can't donate public funds.
Oh.
They can't donate tax dollars.
Can I just ask for some personal then, and you guys can, I'll just pass my hat and you can throw some money in?
Pass the hat around.
How about from the, our municipal?
We have done it from the liquor store funds before.
Yeah. Let's put some good drinking money towards a good project. Huh?
So that is a resource,
Yes.
liquor store.
So I request from the liquor store then. You guys can't beat that, otherwise I'm going to come around right here. Put your money where your mouth is, boys and girls.
And visit your local liquor store.
And visit, and I haven't, yeah, so anyway.
Is marketing something that the city can pay for?
So it gets tricky. I mean, the EDA has dollars that they could put towards marketing.
EDA standing for the Economic Development.
Authority, yeah. But the city can only do what states actually want.
But we can do it from the municipal liquor store. So that is my request.
Yeah, liquor store funds.
I'll drink to that.
On camera now.
That's fine. Where is it? Hi. Everybody.
Council, what are your wishes?
I'm also unveiling a huge mural that I have done from the state that will be unveiled that very day.
That day, Saturday? Okay.
So please come and see community members that are.
Okay, meetings we can donate from the liquor store fund. Do we have that money there that we can do it at this time? Okay, I want to make sure we have it.
I'll make a motion that we donate the funds to the.
A second.
We have a motion and a second.
Do you need a third from me by chance?
This is rolling good.
Well, I can't believe how fast you guys have been going. I got here and I thought you'd be at like number 4B, and here you're all the way down there. I'm like, wow, these guys are fast.
Okay, any discussion? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
As a fellow person thank you.
Politically challenged.
Are you one too?
I am.
Oh,
Proud
bless your
member.
heart.
Proud
Welcome
member.
welcome to. Thank you. Make it out to Paul Johnson, please. No, they didn't tell me that.
Let me know when you find out.
So now I have to do that? I would say, no, they have the friendship, no, I don't know. So I will find out.
Have somebody.
Dang.
Better come back with the correct.
Nicole was supposed to be here, so who do I call to let them know who to make the check out to?
We'll put you on the agenda for next meeting.
Okay, I will find out because they have an account, and I don't know because I'm the newbie. So call Danielle. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Info. Thank you for listening to this old part.
Okay, item number
Or am I being
13, union negotiation discussion. Lance, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I wanted to get everyone on the same page here, so you remember in budget discussions, we talked about, we were trying to look for things to cut in there, and I know the union, what we paid for Clarity and Hood to help us with union negotiations last time was in there for $8,000. We had initial discussion, and we never discussed it there, and it stayed in the budget. So I just want to have that discussion. Do we want to use them or not? Do we want to save that $8,000 and do it without Clarity and Hood? I got the notice that we'll start probably meeting and negotiating here in early June, so just wanted to bring that up and see what your guys' thoughts are.
A little history on that. I've been involved with that, when we have used them and when we haven't used them. I know when we haven't used them, we had several meetings with police personnel, the union, city administrator and myself, and there were several meetings involved. It didn't go as smoothly as it did when we used Fadley and Hood, so this last time when we used them, it went really smooth.
Think your value was there, having him?
I do,
that?
yeah, I do.
I mentioned it even to them. What is the point of us?
So I had a discussion with the chief as well, and he's willing to sit in as well. He's got a lot of experience in negotiations and things. So that's an option as well. Yeah, the price tag on Flaherty Hood is big. He was good, and that's what he does, but I'm not sure.
It always just boils down to this, whether you have Clarity and Hood outfit helping you, or you. But there's just some cheap with that. What it boils down to is if you can't come to an agreement, you go to arbitration. If nobody wants to go to arbitration, it's not good for either party. It may take a little longer, but it may save a ton of money. Types of people. It ends the same. Are you guaranteed not to go to an arbitration? No. You still have to pay the bill? Yep. I personally see it. I don't see it for any other reason. It's just a third party. End game is the same regardless. You agree or you don't agree.
typical plans. For the 25 years of negotiating contracts, and one side is bigger than the other. I think that we just twice, as a twin thing goal, done and respectful, listening and hearing this around the table, conflict that without having that's my opinion. When having negotiated more law enforcement contracts,
Oh, that's true, yeah, that's true.
That's what I mean.
I was on the school board negotiating with them, so.
Yeah, you want how we move forward, correct?
Set the negotiating committee, I guess it's usually been not that.
I don't have a problem with helping.
You have a motion?
A second.
Okay, we have a motion, second. Discussion? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same, motion carried. Anything else there, Lance?
Just afterwards, can Chief and I meet with you two then quick? Just to
When?
about negotiating, right after this meeting.
Okay. Sure. Item number 14, Library Board appointment. I was contacted by Library Chair Dave Ellison regarding library names. I did have an interview, and I'm recommending Sarah Lindberg. She's an English and reading teacher at Pelican Rapids High School, and that's the name I bring forward.
Second.
Motion second, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same, motion carried. Item number 18, we have southwest lot discussion. Lance?
Okay, if you remember the city property here in the southwest, got reconveyed to the state, back to the county, and it's finally back in our hands. We got a couple quotes on getting it lotted out to get some building lots developed there. So I just wanted to basically keep you guys in the loop, but then even approve Boundary Pro to get a preliminary plat and survey everything, and final plat and everything would be $5,600 to do all that work. And then keeping it, he was the same one that did the Pinewood Estates up here, so he's very familiar with the city ordinance. He's got the wetland delineation, so he can get these lots to be sure that there's enough room to build houses and things. So this is very preliminary, depending on, but this is the kind of the starting or the concept to start with anyway. So there'd be 7 lots there, hopefully. That, and then he wants a plat name as well, so we discussed that a little bit at the planning commission last night, but nobody came up with much. But if you guys have a good plat name for it.
Come close?
No.
Anybody has any ideas?
Do you want a motion?
Yeah, might as well, if you're good with Boundary Pro doing it for $5,600.
Second?
Yeah.
Motion second, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carried.
Mike aware of these, maybe you can buy some.
You aware of them?
Item number 19 is Otter Express Joint Powers Board, and there was a packet handed to you this evening. This is just, at this point, an FYI, you can read it over, or we can make a decision this evening, but we do not have to. Lance, do you want to discuss this?
Yeah, I got this from the county here. I just wanted to get that information out to you. We're planning on having Kayla and, Kayla was here last meeting, if you remember, with Otter Express explaining this. They didn't have a number of what our contribution would be to be on this joint powers board. Nick Leonard from the county is kind of putting this together, and as you can see in part of the agreement here, they're asking the city of Pelican for $20,000 to be a part of this joint powers board for the Otter Express. So I wanted just to make you guys aware of it, to get some questions ready or think about before they come at the next meeting. So,
Did you say even if we didn't sign this powers agreement, we would, there would still be rider service?
I believe so. That's what they said. Yeah, we just wouldn't have a seat at the table.
So this is $20,000 to have somebody set up the table.
What would it do to rider services? Would we have more expanded coverage and trips, instead of just the Earhart, they'd come here more often and have more
Maybe questions for them next meeting, so, or if there's a way to contribute a different amount and still be on the board, or since we're very new to it, or, I don't know.
And the cost otherwise is,
pretty limited service now. That's why I think they'd have to offer more service, or it's
Can you ask them if this figure is negotiable?
I can give them a heads up if you guys aren't comfortable with that number, to know, to be ready to negotiate a little bit.
It seems a little steep.
it's a bus, I mean,
I don't see a real problem with the number.
20 grand?
Right, but if the service is here,
Well, the service is here now.
it is, but very, very limited.
But we don't have many riders either. Our riders are pretty minimal, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it just started and they want to build it up here, but
Yeah.
yeah, it hasn't been many riders.
A lot of requests. If they say they can build it, they'll come. But the riders may be here, it's just the limited availability, it doesn't work for
So they're
them. Lots of unknowns.
They'll be here at the next meeting then?
They wanted the decision by mid-May, so it's going to have to be next meeting. So I'll be in contact with Nick and Kayla, but it's out to you guys so you could read through it and get your questions. So just let me know and I can relay it to you.
What kind of routes do they have?
Well, right now, there is a Pelican to Fergus.
Yeah, you can go to
Friday
Fergus.
afternoon, I believe, but then there's, you can go anywhere in town or anywhere, I think it's a 5 mile radius of town. I think they'll do right now, but they say that could change as well, so.
Pretty limited.
Because it's hard. There was situations that we were throwing at them the last time they meeting. That doesn't work real well.
But it's not like from Pelican to Perham or Pelican to...
No.
Basically from here to Ferguson.
Yeah, mostly.
Lance, do you have all the information you need from us at this point? Put that on the agenda for the next meeting. Item number 50, an administrator report. Lance?
Since the last meeting, I attended a supervisor training on organizational culture put on by the village, attended an ordinance committee meeting, met with the city engineer Bob Schliemann about the drainage at the Ridgecrest lots, attended the local board of review and equalization meeting, attended the annual employee right to know training provided by Lakes Country Service Cooperative, met with Susan Williams from the village about an employee survey, Attended the Highway 59 one-way construction open house at the library. Met with the Birding Trail Advisory Committee, which is Wayne Ruddigan and Mayor Fraser. Attended a safety committee meeting. Attended the donuts and discussion at Minnesota National Bank. Met with Jeff Iverson of In Control and went through their annual inspection report of the SCADA system. Completed the notice of decision regarding the WCA application for the Ridgecrest lots. Attended an EDA meeting. Met with Hammers Construction and Design and Tent at the pool. Attended the West Central Initiative's Journalism on the Brink at the library. Met with Greg and Dennis of People Service and Mayor Fraser and worked on updating the Significant Industrial User Agreement with West Central Turkeys. Attended a Planning Commission meeting. And on the Planning Commission note, Kim Haugrud will be stepping down from the Planning Commission, so we will be looking for a new Planning Commission member. May will be her last meeting, so if anybody knows anyone who would like to serve on that.
Any questions for Lance?
Thank you.
Item number 16, Mayor report, a few items in the last 3 weeks. Attended ordinance meetings on the 9th and 16th of April. Attended a school board work session meeting with Administrator Roysum. Also attended local board of review and equalization meeting here at City Hall with all of you. Attended a Minnesota State budget meeting at the Government Services Building in Fergus Falls on the 15th of April. At this point, the governor looks at cutting the budget, but passing on all the expenses he's cutting down to the county level. In saying that, the county usually budgets around 5%, and if he does that, county budget will go up over 11% at this point. It could be more. Attended a Complete Streets open house at the library last week, a birding trail meeting with Wayne Runnigan and Administrator Roysum. Conducted a library board interview, spoke at the noon Rotary Club meeting regarding the upcoming 2025 Complete Streets meeting. Attended the EDA meeting, also attended a West Central Initiative Journalism Film meeting at the library last week. Conversations with the mayor on the 24th of April. Attended an SIU agreement meeting here with People Service and Administrator Roysum. And yesterday sat down with Administrator Roysum to plan the agenda for this afternoon's meeting. And today I attended a meeting in Fergus Falls called Braver Angels. It's a national organization. They have quite an impact here in Minnesota as far as personnel and how to manage difficult conversations with constituents in the realm of work where we may be. Any questions?
Thank you.
Seeing no more items, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same? Meeting adjourned. Thanks, Chief.